gal.
Hey guys, and welcome to Get Life Podcast. I'm with Georgina.
G-Unit.
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 G-Unit, lad.
G-Unit.
You're a bit too loud when you speak.
Am I being too loud? Sorry. I'll be quieter, Bish.
No, not that quiet.
Not that quiet?
Just this quiet.
Alright, I'll be quiet.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You're right, Pet.
You're right.
You're right.
I was thinking of a completely different video.
What were you thinking of?
I do not want to say.
What? That's nothing like that video.
That's how those people sound.
No. Well, they're not going to know what we're on about. They're going to think we're crazy.
Jacob will know.
Jacob knows.
Jacob
You want to find out? Speak to Jacob.
Speak to Jacob. He'll tell you.
Put the link in the description.
Link in the description to Jacob. He changes his Twitter all the time, though. So we will never be able to find an accurate link.
I think his Instagram stays the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. We'll link to Jacob then. Anyway.
Or his YouTube stays the same.
Today on Umai, we're talking about sandwiches. Sandwiches.
A nice sarnie.
A sarnie?
Yeah, what's a sarnie? I don't even know.
I'm
not that British.
British butty burger
Chip
butty.
butty.
No, that's nasty. We're not talking about that.
Fine.
We're talking about proper sandwiches. Sandwiches that you can find in stuff like Tesco's, M&S, Morrison's, Asda, other supermarkets.
Greg's.
Greg's. That's another thing.
Sorry, I'm eating the sandwich.
That is a good
now.
one. We'll talk about Greg's as well because I completely forgot about Greg's. But before we get started, big thanks to our sponsors, Crunchyroll, Japan Crate, and J-List. So yeah, this episode's slightly different. Carol just said yalla bye. That's in the episode, by the way. Carol, I hope you're happy. For those that you know, Carol actually came into a recording once and she was like, Bish, what do you want from GBK? Do you want to come GBK?
The answer's always yeah.
The answer is yeah, but she really annoyed me and we kept it in the episode because of the memes. But anyway, she doesn't sound like that, by the way, but that's how she sounds like in my head. So we're talking about sandwiches today. We don't have snacks because I thought, you know what, I'm going to prepare the best sandwich, the classic
Oh my god, this
sandwich,
is so good.
tuna mayo, but we'll talk about that during the intermission for the breaks. But yeah, sandwiches, supermarket sandwiches, meal deals. We spoke about it a little bit before, but let's not focus on what you get in a meal deal. Let's just focus on pure sandwich.
Personally, my favourite two places to shop for a good sandwich.
Yeah.
Marks and Spencer's has the best selection. And then, it's not really a meal deal, but then comes Tesco.
I think to make it fair, we should go through each supermarket and say which one has the best sandwich. Like, what is their best sandwich, basically. But personally, for me, I do think Tesco has a better selection. That's just my opinion. Because Tesco has the finest, and then they have their regular stuff, and they've got like 1,001
options. But
options.
M&S has more options.
I think, no, M&S doesn't have more options than Tesco. Tesco has more options. I'm pretty sure Tesco has more options. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Let's start off with the more lower ranked supermarket, Asda.
I don't remember ever eating a sandwich from Asda.
I've eaten a cheeky sandwich from Asda every once in a while. There was one time I went to get petrol from Asda and I was like, Asda has some weird and freaky sandwiches. They got your classics.
I love those supermarkets that go freaky. I like it freaky.
I like it freaky. They got this like southern fried chicken sandwich, which is real good, but it's not a wrap. Normally supermarkets do them as wraps.
It's like a sub.
It's not a sub either. It's a sandwich. It's like
an actual sandwich.
An actual sandwich.
No, I don't see it working.
It works really well. Cabbage, coleslaw, a little bit of carrot in there, some spicy sauce. Chicken is banging. That's what I'm going to say. There's not much to say about Asda because obviously most Asdas now have a McDonald's in it, or they have a Subway, which we'll talk about later.
I'm just so curious. Can you guys hear me eating? Because I'm really enjoying this tuna sandwich right now.
We'll talk about the tuna sandwich a bit later, but damn. Anyway, look at there's no bacon, so we're not going to talk about it. But yeah. What are the other places? We tried a sandwich from Morrison's once. And what sandwich was that? There's some good sandwiches in Morrison's. Plowman's in Morrison's really good.
Top notch.
But I think it's because they use a mixture of cheeses. I don't think it's just one cheese. I think they use like red Leicester and cheddar.
What do I like from Morrison's? For me, actually, Morrison's best one has to be Plowman's.
Yeah, Plowman's all the way. I don't know. I don't think I've had anything else but a Plowman's.
Yeah, from Morrison's. If I'm being 100% honest with you.
I said this in a previous episode. I do not like Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's has the worst. sandwich collection.
They're more of a supermarket. Like, you don't go into a Sainsbury's to pick up a sandwich.
I mean, the meal deal is just slacking.
It is very slacking. Like, I think I'm not even talking about the meal deal. The
Boots
sandwiches are
has
bad.
a good selection
Of sandwiches.
Boots,
What sandwiches they have?
Well, they have a better collection than Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's has like 4 sandwiches.
No, Boots, they've got the veggie wraps, they've got the low calorie stuff, they've got your classic bacon, your BLT, your chicken sandwich, and yeah, Boots actually have a lot. They've got the triple sandwiches as well.
I don't think they're made by Boots, though. I think it's like a separate company. That's different. I don't think you can judge
Boots, in terms of the value and what you're getting, I think Boots is way better than Sainsbury's.
I don't think you can put Boots anywhere near this, because Boots is like a pharmacy company. Like, it's...
You'd be surprised. People go into Boots for a meal deal.
Nah.
Because you collect it on your Boots cards, the points on there.
I don't respect that.
And then, like, imagine you're buying a meal every single day at Boots, like £3.50. I don't know how much it is at Boots. But imagine you're spending £3.50 at least every single day. You'll have enough money to, like, buy a hairdryer by the end of the month, or, like, buy it in a couple of months.
I think it makes sense because the Boots points turn into actual money.
Yeah.
Like money off vouchers. Yeah. That makes sense.
They have a decent selection. They have a decent selection, decent price, and you're gaining that benefit by having a Boots card. We're not sponsored by Boots, by the way. I'm just being logical.
Boots, if you want to sponsor us.
I mean, by all means.
Yeah, please do.
Send us some sandwiches.
Send us your No, don't. No. I'm not a fan of... I never really heard of Boots selling sandwiches. I just don't like the idea of being able to buy, like, prescription medication and... sandwiches
and a BLT
in the same store. It does not make sense. I can't trust it. It's like buying a sandwich from a gas station or petrol station.
Oh, you'd be surprised. 7-Eleven Japan.
Okay, we're not talking about 7-Eleven Japan. That's a whole nother situation.
That's a whole level.
That's a whole nother level.
Elevated.
Because they do like crazy sort of sandwiches, like dessert sandwiches. They also do it in Ichiba as well.
Yeah.
I think Ichiba needs to do this a lot more, though. They don't do it all the time.
I need to try from Ichiba. I didn't even know Ichiba did that.
Yeah, I only saw it once. I'd never seen it after that. But there's like basically like strawberry sandwiches. Ooh. Like it's strawberries and cream in a sandwich without the crust. Japanese people don't like crusts on sandwiches because you never see it.
It's just a like aesthetic kind of thing.
Maybe I think it's maybe
because I like because Japan likes a clean, precise sort of look. I like the crust. I like to peel the crust off first and then eat the sandwich.
All right, that's a bit weird, but anyway, they've got like chicken sando sandwiches, like chicken sando. Chicken sandwich is like a katsu with the.
I'm gonna try that.
It's nice. I think I like it personally. I like doing that at home, but. There's a lot of variety. Like you mentioned, M&S has some variety in sandwiches, but every once in a while, I've noticed that Marks and Spencer's do these crazy sandwiches. Yeah,
like the seasonality as well. M&S is probably one of the only supermarkets that has seasonality when it comes to sandwiches.
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
Everyone has the plain sort of turkey sandwiches. We get that, but M&S has taste of summer, taste of Japan, taste of...
Well, by the time this airs out, maybe 2 years ago, M&S did this thing where it was... I don't know if it was like taste of summer. It was like this weird thing where they had all these different sandwiches. They had like a barbecue pulled chicken sandwich. They had like all these kind of crazy sandwiches.
Also, M&S is probably one of the only M&S, and apart from like Pret and... You know what, Tesco's is there as well. But M&S has an amazing vegan selection.
Yeah, no, I would say M&S does.
And Tesco as well.
Tesco not as much in terms of sandwiches.
But
they do
M&S,
that in terms of wraps. But M&S, what I've noticed in terms of their selection, yes, their standard selection isn't that varied. There's still a lot of sandwiches. It's not as varied as Tesco, but the seasonal options are really good. Like the Christmas stuff, my favorite is the one that they have for the shelter.
Yeah, the turkey sandwich.
Charity. Yeah, it's basically turkey. Actual proper pieces of turkey, not like thin slice. No.
Not like that turkey ham looking stuff. No, we don't play about with that.
We don't play about with that. It's real pieces of turkey with stuffing, and we're not talking about American stuffing, because I've noticed when Americans hear stuffing, it's bread with herbs and spices that are stuffed.
It's not. It's like pork and sage
for
stuffing.
Us in the UK, stuffing is like pork.
It's like a meatball.
It's a meatball.
Pork meatball.
It's a meatball that's
but crushed up sometimes.
Yeah, it's either as a ball, or you can have it as like a garnish in that sense, where it's basically it could go inside the turkey or it could not.
It can be like stuffing balls.
Yeah, stuffing balls or stuffing squares. Like that's how I prefer it. Anyway, so they have that stuffing, and then they have a layer of cranberry sauce.
And sometimes they have bacon.
And bacon. They do actually have bacon.
And like crispy onions one time, didn't they?
It's all in that sandwich. It's not sometimes. It's all in that sandwich. And I think it's toasted. Obviously.
I can't remember it being toasted.
I think it is. But you really can't tell with these sandwiches that go in the fridges.
It's a loaded sandwich.
It's a loaded sandwich, and I believe a portion of the profits do go to charity. So they do it every year. They also don't do it during Christmas time, because now they've actually brought that turkey feast back.
Oh, they have.
Well, they've brought it back, but I don't think the proceeds go to charity. I only think during Christmas they do.
Okay.
It's a popular sandwich, though.
It's
a
good
classic sandwich.
Yeah.
It's become ingrained in our sandwich eating minds. That's an excellent sandwich. I think another great sandwich from M&S, when I was talking about Taste of Summer and like when they were doing stuff from around the world.
Didn't they have like a teriyaki sandwich at one point?
It wasn't teriyaki.
It was like a katsu.
It was katsu curry. It was. They called it chicken sando, which is chicken sandwich, which is basically a katsu curry sandwich. But I think what they need to do, it felt very British, like a fusion type thing, as opposed to...
They need to make it a bit more
traditional. I think the way they could have done that was if they could have cut off the crusts, like kind of like if you eat at 7-Eleven.
It doesn't take a lot to make it traditional.
Yeah, cut off the crusts, and okay, cool. They have the katsu, but I think what they're doing is that it's the katsus that they buy. You can buy in M&S. I think it's the same katsu as that, as opposed to...
I found it more like
Japanese
a
katsu.
breaded chicken, not a katsu.
Yeah, because it's not. They don't use panko, so it's not really that. And they do have like cabbage. The cabbage is good. The coleslaw is nice. The thing that I think is a bit iffy is
the sauce,
the mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise. It's a bit iffy because they mix it with curry sauce. Japanese curry, mind you, but it doesn't work because that's a very strong flavor.
Maybe they should do like a really light miso mayo.
Miso would have worked, but I think what would have worked even more, because a traditional chicken sando in Japan tends not to have that, or it will have tonkatsu sauce, which is basically teriyaki sauce, or like a sweeter, tonkatsu. So I think if they done a tonkatsu mayo, or if they just use regular Japanese mayo, Kewpie mayo or whatever, like a lighter Japanese mayo, that would have been amazing.
It takes little steps to elevate the sandwich.
I think so. I think they were thinking about it too hard in terms of innovation. There are some sandwiches that are banging though. They've got that sandwich that barbecue chicken sandwich. Ooh, boy. That was a good sandwich.
I actually love the lobster roll. What they bring out around Christmas time. Yeah, that is a good sandwich.
It's a 6-pound sandwich,
but it's good. It's brim. You get your lobster worth.
You get your money's worth.
Yeah, you get your lobster worth of it. Trust me. No, what I quite like their traditional sandwiches. Like I do like the club.
The club is a good sandwich.
It's a good one. The club
M&S
sandwich.
used to do it as a sub.
Yeah, I'm not into subs. I used to be really into wraps, but nowadays I'm kind of swaying away from wraps.
You know why I don't like wraps in supermarkets?
Yeah.
It's because the way that they wrap it... I
just feel like you don't get your money's worth.
You don't, because they have to put a little bit of filling.
Yeah.
And it's mostly bread. You would imagine it's less bread.
Yeah.
But it's mostly bread because the way they fold the wrap...
I quite like the freshly baked stuff that they have in Marks & Spencer's. Those freshly baked baguettes, kind of like what Pret does.
Yeah, I think
I like those ones. The chicken avocado.
Chicken and avocado.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
But even the chicken avocado in the actual traditional sandwich form.
I don't know if they still have this fish, but they used to have like a Mediterranean tuna with olives, and
they stopped doing that.
It didn't have any mayonnaise, but it was good. But the tuna mayonnaise is also good. And
look, I'll be honest with you, tuna mayonnaise, that got to go to Tesco.
You're right with that. I've never had a dry tuna sandwich from Tesco's, I have to admit.
But M&S, the issue with M&S is the baguette one is fine because they make that fresh.
Actually, personally, even though this is on a whole level of sandwiches, a tuna mayonnaise, in my personal opinion, although it's missing the sweet corn and
Pret, we know.
You Pret,
but
you
we'll
can't
talk about
not.
Pret later on. But what I'm saying is, with this type of sandwich, with their tuna mayo in Marks and Spencer specifically, there's not much mayonnaise.
But it's different to what's in the baguette.
The baguette is different because they make that fresh in
the
store.
tuna mayonnaise and the actual sliced bread probably wouldn't rate it.
Yeah, it's
but
too dry.
The tuna baguette, I'd rate it.
It's too dry.
And they used to have like another sandwich as well. They used to have like, and this, I don't know if they still do it, but I remember around like breakfast time they'll have like egg and salmon.
They still do
smoked salmon with baguette. That is one of my favorites. I kind of respect the how do you pronounce chapati? You had to go at me for pronouncing it wrong.
Can I just say what a chapati is?
Yeah.
Chapati, from what I know, it's an Indian flatbread. Like
chapata. That's what I wanted to say.
Chapata. You're getting confused between chapati.
That's why you had to go at me when I said chapati.
Yeah, because it's not chapati.
Chapata bread
is more like a pancake type.
My bad. It's kind of like a roti in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you know what I mean.
If anyone knows, please tell us.
Yeah, please, because someone educate me, please.
Someone educate.
Yeah, anyway. But I quite like I was going to say chapati again. I quite like the chapata ones as well. Well, I don't really like them, but...
Not chapata.
Ciabatta.
Ciabatta with it.
Leave me alone. I don't know how to speak. Anyway. But those freshly baked ones, I rate anything that's freshly baked from M&S.
Yeah, I think they're good. But to be honest with you, I think there's certain sandwiches that I can't handle. Like I said, the tuna sandwich is slacking. It's slacking.
Yeah, the one from M&S.
It's dry.
It's dry.
You know why it's dry? Because they don't put a lot of mayonnaise in it.
How, like, is the clue is in the name? Tuna mayonnaise.
But it has more tuna than the rest of them.
It does.
Because if you go to
but
Tesco,
there's no point chewing on tuna when it's scraping your throat as you swallow it.
True. So yeah, as I was saying, what's the secret with Tesco's tuna sandwich is the mayonnaise. It's mostly mayonnaise.
Yeah,
There's not much tuna in it.
No one likes dried tuna. That's the worst thing ever.
That's what I'm saying. That's why M&S has dropped the ball on their packaged tuna sandwich.
Yeah, no, to be fair, when they do the baguettes, that person making that baguette, or even, do you know what? Even the tuna filler, like the ones you get in the pot.
I'm sorry, that's too
No,
watery.
the ones you get in the pots, that somehow, even though I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing that you put inside the sandwich, the prepackaged sandwich, I'm pretty sure, how has that got more mayonnaise than the other one? I don't understand. Why are you slacking on the mayonnaise? How expensive is the mayonnaise?
I don't think it's an issue about it being expensive or not. I just think maybe people don't like it with mayonnaise. I can't remember.
I can't imagine anyone, Bish, not liking it without mayonnaise.
It is what it is.
No one likes dried tuna. Even in the Mediterranean tuna sandwich that they used to have, without mayonnaise, it still had oil in there. So you can consume it.
That's why I think M&S just needs to add more mayo.
Just add more mayo.
It'll
be a banging sandwich.
Another thing that I really want to talk about, M&S sandwich wise, the club.
The club
is the best M&S sandwich. I've seen other places try and do the club. They can't do it.
I do enjoy the chicken avocado.
We already mentioned that.
No. The one in the sandwich, in the slice bread. That is banging. And what the thing I quite like about M&S, they have like this peppery sort of lemony kind of mayo going on that they put in their chicken sandwiches.
It's only for the chicken though.
I respect it. It's good.
But it works.
It works.
It works really well. And they don't need to put a lot of mayonnaise in it.
It's just a little bit. Goes a long way.
Because with chicken, you don't want too much mayo.
And to be fair, the chicken isn't dry. It's only the tuna that is dry in M&S. I don't understand how and why.
The one thing I don't like though, I can barely just bear the, what do you call it? What kind of sandwich is it again? Forgot the name. Chicken and bacon from M&S.
Really?
I can't handle it. The bacon is too bacon.
Wait, can you elaborate on that? The bacon's too bacon.
It kind of makes me feel sick.
But the bacon's bacon. The bacon's fine.
Bacon's fine by itself. Bacon and chicken, because it's actual slices of bacon.
I have to admit, the only decent sandwich that's in Sainsbury's, but even then it needs a bit of extra mayonnaise or something.
Is there chicken and bacon?
Chicken and bacon and lettuce sandwich.
That is a good sandwich from Sainsbury's.
That's the only sandwich from Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's know how to do that because it's a good ratio.
Sainsbury's does bacon well. Sainsbury's does good bacon sandwiches.
M&S does good bacon as well. Their BLT on point. There's just too much bacon.
Actually, do you know what's really banging? Do you know the bacon and chicken sub from Tesco?
Yes.
They put enough mayo in there, enough thickness of chicken. The bacon's on point. Sometimes you might want to add a little bit of ketchup, depending on how freaky you're feeling. It's fine, but that chicken and bacon sub. It's just that's what Tesco's is known for.
Speaking of Tesco, I also prefer their actual slice sandwich, chicken and bacon, because it's bacon chunks. It's not bacon slices.
I don't know how I feel about bacon chunks.
It mixes with the mayonnaise real good.
As you know,
I'm a fan of mixed sandwiches.
He likes the sauces.
I'm like it saucy.
He likes it saucy. Hi. To be fair, my favourite sandwich from M&S probably has to be the smoked salmon and cheese sandwich.
I'm not a fan of that.
What cheese is it? It's like cream cheese.
Yeah,
I like
get that. If M&S did that as a bagel,
I think any seafood sandwich M&S does
the one thing I never understood is how come companies like Waitrose and M&S, these higher up supermarkets, right? How come they don't do bagels as a sandwich?
Starbucks does. Starbucks is good, does do a good smoked salmon bagel, yeah.
M&S do it? Because they know people eat smoked salmon in a bagel. It just makes sense.
Do you know what? Because maybe it's more of a breakfast kind of thing.
Even if it's stuff that they sell fresh, like taking it from the shop floor and they just do it. That's a good idea. I would personally love that. Smoked salmon, cream cheese.
I don't know, maybe because it's more of a breakfast kind of thing. But even then, they should introduce it for breakfast or like have it in the cafe area, just something. But then again, I'm actually not too sure why they don't, and especially why Waitrose wouldn't, because I would imagine Waitrose would be the first people on that hype. But
look, M&S, Waitrose, if you're listening to this, steal the idea. We don't need to be credited. We just want it to happen for the sake of humanity,
for the sake of our stomachs.
I think it's very important. That's innovation right there. Because
it's barely even innovation though.
But that's the thing. It's innovation that's cheap.
Smoked salmon on bread.
That's the point. It's innovation for them because no other supermarket does it.
I've only actually ever seen it in Starbucks. Like I said, I have not even seen Pret do it. But at least Pret has that half-open sandwich with the gluten-free bread, and they have like the smoked salmon on top. Innovation.
Well, we'll talk about Pret later on, but Pret is a cafe. Starbucks is technically a cafe. I'm talking about strictly supermarkets because there's a lot of stuff that isn't appealing, but there's also stuff that you can do and is simple and it will sell well. I know this is kind of something that we should really save for the ice cream episode, but
Yeah.
I think that there's stuff in their ice cream that they can do that will be banging. But let's not get into that. To be honest with you, there's places that I've tried their sandwiches. Like I said, Tesco, best tuna sandwich, hands down. Best chicken salad sandwich.
Do you know what's the best sandwich in Tesco? And it's the cheapest one there. I think it's so cheap. I don't actually think it's part of the meal deal.
What is it?
The tuna crunch.
It is part of the meal deal.
Is it? Back in the day, it wasn't, because it was like £1 something for that sandwich.
It still is £1 something. £1.20.
Literally, it's basically just tuna mayo with salad cream, onions and peppers. Maybe there's something else in there, but I don't know. But on white bread, that is hands down the best tuna sandwich I've ever eaten. To me, that tops over the prep baguette. Is that
Really?
good? Have you ever tried salad cream with tuna?
No, it's good.
It's banging.
I've added it in this sandwich.
It's in our sandwich. They've inspired us.
Tesco has inspired Tesco. If you're listening,
We like that tuna crunch.
send us a couple of tuna crunch sandwiches.
Oh no, we're fine. We're good.
What do you mean? We're
I don't want like supplies of tuna sandwiches. I prefer if they sent like chicken and bacon or something. We can make. Do you know what I mean? Something we can't make at
I'm
home
just asking.
because we're useless in the kitchen.
I'm asking Tesco to send us one. You know what, Tesco? If you're listening, send us a gift card. And look,
We'll buy it.
that's it. That's what I'm saying. Send us a gift card with like £2 on it, just enough to buy that tuna crunch sandwich. That's all we want.
And maybe a pack of salt and vinegar Walkers.
No.
You don't know
Just enough for the sandwich.
why. Just
No, Tesco, if you're listening, send us a gift card. Look,
they might as well send us a sandwich
No, because how are they going to send a sandwich? Send us the gift card.
like they do delivery on everything else, Bish.
No. Send us the gift card and then we can go and buy the sandwich. I think that's a great idea. Any company that's listening, M&S, Waitrose, send us a gift card.
Why don't they
just
send
for the
us a sandwich platter so we can try every single sandwich and rate it?
No.
M&S has one though. M&S has a
does.
sandwich
Ooh.
platter. That is banging.
That's good that you mentioned that.
That's banging, that sandwich platter. Amazing. The best. Even if you have sandwiches in there that you don't usually eat, like that cheese and, I was going to say cheesy armpit kind of sandwich. That's what it tastes like. Yeah, like cheese and onion kind of sandwich.
Yeah, cheese and onion.
You still would eat it
in the sandwich
in a
platter.
sandwich platter.
And they
You
do
wouldn't buy
they do
it.
like a bun bread sandwich platter as well.
Oh, all those sandwiches platters. Banging.
I love them.
I love them.
That raises a good point.
But they're good for catering as well.
They're very great for catering. I think what I like in the sandwich platter, and I understand what it is, it's basically whole sandwiches that they've cut up
Into like
triangles.
fours, yeah.
So it makes sense. It's not that expensive. What I like about it is there's a variety.
It's like even that honey mustard and ham sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go and buy it, but I'd enjoy it in the sandwich platter.
They do a ham salad as well. Like I don't think I've seen a
I
ham
think there's
salad.
like ham and coleslaw, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe they used to back in the day.
That's actually in a sandwich. They do that in a sandwich in M&S, but I don't think they do that as a...
I'm just saying, all these sandwiches, the ones that you cut up and put in the sandwich platter, I mean, I wouldn't enjoy it by itself, but if it's there,
True, like
it
the
tastes
egg
banging.
and cress.
But that egg and cress inside that sandwich platter, ooh,
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you,
Jesus.
there's a lot of stuff that I think M&S are really strong in. Like, for example,
I like their chicken sandwiches. Anything from
I
chicken there is
think
good.
their chicken sandwiches are slacking a bit.
No,
Tesco,
they've got that lemon pepper mayo, remember?
that doesn't matter because
Fine.
the chicken salad sandwich always has soggy tomatoes, and that's not what it's
they
about.
can get rid of the tomatoes.
But then,
Or you can remove the tomatoes.
Then it's not a chicken salad sandwich. You have to have tomatoes. And I tell you something, Tesco does a better chicken salad sandwich because they've got them cucumbers that crunch.
Oh yeah, that's one thing we like is
Remember
crunchy
that?
cucumbers.
Crunchy cucumber.
Yeah.
No soggy tomatoes. Good chicken ratio.
Mayo.
Good mayo amount as well. Not too much.
I like how Tesco are generous with the mayo.
They are generous.
Like we said on here before, we are quite saucy people.
We are saucy people.
Sauce.
It's all about the sauce.
Sauce smells.
Sauce about.
Sauce.
Like I said, there's a lot of sandwiches in Marks and Spencer's that are great. There's also a lot in Tesco.
They know how to do a roast beef.
Roast beef is good. I like their brie sandwich.
Oh my god, yes.
Bruh.
Do you know what? The brie and grape one also good. And they
I've
know
nev-
how
I've
to
never
do.
tried that.
They know how to do a cheese sandwich. They have selections as well because they have like all these different sort of like fancier cheeses. Like you don't need to go in and buy like cheese and armpit one. There's other selections. Have you ever tried that cheese and onion one? First of all, you have to be feeling. You have to be feeling it. And I'm not gonna lie, when you're feeling it, it does taste good, but it gives you the worst heartburn. And second of all, as soon as you open
Cheese
that
and
packet,
armpit.
like as soon as you open that packet, you don't even smell cheese and onion. You smell cheese and armpit.
But
But it's a good sandwich.
Their Plowman's is good. I think
I don't like their Plowmans. I don't think.
M&S has a good Plowman's. I think what M&S
I can't remember who
Plowmans
it
need-
was. One of the Plowmans doesn't have mayonnaise in it, so it's
All
just.
of them. All the Plowmans.
No, there is one that has mayonnaise. I think that one is in Boots.
That's it. Boots don't give a...
How did you? Have you tried
I
it?
tried Boots sandwich because you mentioned it to me. I tried it. Boots has a banging...
Banging Ploughman's.
Banging
Even
Ploughman's.
Morrison's, I'm pretty sure, has.
Morrison's do it without cheese. But it's still
Without
good.
cheese?
Without
mayonnaise, but it's
mayonnaise.
good. But
think-
Boots has the, in my, I know we said Morrison's has the best Ploughman's, but Boots, because they put mayo in that bitch, it's just,
It's good.
it's
But
good.
I think before we move on, I think it's best if we talk about the vegan selection of sandwiches.
Plant
because
Kitchen.
M&S does some really good ones. but I
M&S
think
does.
What they need to do, because look, there's some that are slacking. They do vegan tuna and mayonnaise.
That
is a
I've never
slacking
actually
sandwich.
tried, and I'm
It's
quite
not
scared.
Good. I've tried it. It's not good because, yeah, it has the texture of tuna because they use it with soy protein, but it doesn't taste like tuna. At least the fake chicken sandwiches work because that soy protein can take the flavors.
Do you
from
know
the
what's the
spices.
best vegan sandwich I've ever tried?
Which one?
If you go into Tesco, they have a vegan hoisin duck wrap sandwich, and it's the best vegan duck wrap sandwich I've ever, the best probably duck sandwich I've ever eaten.
Mark's does a better one.
Do they? I've never tried Marx's one before.
Mark's one tastes like actual duck.
No, so does Tesco's.
I've never tried Tesco, but I tell you, Mark's. I have a feeling Mark's one's better. Another thing I like about Marks and Spencer's is that they've got that chicken fajita one, or there's a barbecue chicken or barbecue pulled chicken that it's no chicken in it. It's basically vegan soy protein. That makes me want to become a vegan because the cheese is vegan coconut cheese, like we mentioned before in the pizza
Yeah, I
episode.
don't like fake cheese. I like the coconut cheese.
The coconut cheese is good, and I think that works because it's shredded, it crumbles. It's really nice. What I would like to see is a vegan Ploughman's from M&S. That's what I want to see.
I think that would be really interesting.
I don't know why they
don't
didn't
see
do
why they
that.
haven't done it.
Because they've done the vegan turkey feast.
Oh, did they?
They did it, and that's one of my favorite sandwiches.
I can imagine a vegan pigs and blanket, but I can't imagine them getting the bacon.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be good if they did that.
Or like a
but
vegan sausage sandwich.
they done obviously vegan sausage rolls, but that's
That
not.
vegan sausage roll is one of the. I know it's not a sandwich, but it's better than an actual real sausage roll in my opinion. It's that good. It's so good.
Technically, it is a sandwich.
Is it?
It's like saying
It's pastry. It's a pie in a way.
true, but it's also a sandwich. It's like saying
No, it's not.
Okay,
It's like a
So
pie.
what is a sandwich?
It's a pastry. That
What-
vegan sausage roll is a pastry. It's not a sandwich.
Regardless, what is a sandwich? What do you
Bread.
class as a sandwich?
Bread and filling.
Yeah, but think about it. Technically, isn't a hot dog a sandwich? Yeah,
No,
it's,
I
it's
wouldn't.
two slices
I wouldn't.
of bread
I wouldn't.
and a filling, but it is.
It's a hot dog.
According,
Do you call burger a sandwich?
I did it in the McDonald's episode.
No.
Yeah, it's a sandwich.
No.
It's a sandwich.
I
I'm sorry.
know. It's a burger.
That's what it is.
No.
By your definition of sandwich, it's a sandwich. Exactly.
I walked into that one. Not gonna lie. I walked into
Big
that.
shout out to another podcast I really like. It's called "Is a Hot Dog a Sandwich?"
Does this exist?
Yeah, it's from the guys at Mythical. So Good Mythical Morning and stuff. You know, Rhett and Link. They have a podcast with their Mythical Kitchen chefs. Mythical chef Josh, basically the guy that does all these crazy stuff like will it Doritos and will it this and will it that. He has this podcast
Mad respect to that guy.
called "Is a Hot Dog a Sandwich?" and they discuss all these different things like I can't remember, is hot dog a sandwich? And then they did another one where it was like, is cereal soup? Stuff like that. So that's the questions that they asked when they
It's
tried
cereal soup.
Yeah, listen to their podcast. It's good. So vegan sandwiches in M&S are really good. I think they are good. They're doing the best that they can do. I think tuna mayo needs to be removed. Vegan tuna mayo does not work.
But it's a thing. Even like in Wagamama, they have like vegan tuna.
Yeah, but it does not work. I'm sorry.
No, I can't. I can't imagine anything that's fish working vegan.
No.
I can't deal.
That being said, I think that's a good place for us to go on a little ad break.
Before we get into the ads, just want to shout out our coffee page. If you guys want to support the podcast either monthly or through a one-time donation, we really do appreciate it because coffee doesn't take a fee. So all of the amount of money that you're going to be donating goes straight to us. So that's really awesome. We do have goals set up on there, like for podcast equipment, for artwork and things like that. So anything you donate is going to go straight back into making this podcast a better experience, a better show. We will be using it correctly. So I will assure you that. So that is ko-fi.com/GetAlivePodcast. Thank you. And back onto the ads. Are you a fan of anime and Japanese pop culture? I know I am. So why don't you get your asses down to Sugoimart? All right, that's sugoimart.com. Alternatively, you can use our link getlifepodcast.com/sugoi. That'll take you to our special link on Sugoimart. That is getlifepodcast.com/SUGOI. And use our code GALP, that is GALP, for 15% off on everything on Sugoimart. And you can use the code multiple times if you really love Sugoimart and you're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go and purchase the best things that Japan has to offer. Food and drink, beauty items, collectibles, toys and games. You can actually buy gunpla from Sugoimart, as well as a lot of things for your home. Kitchen appliances, bathroom, bedroom stuff. They've got these really lovely Spy Family campus notebooks. I'm a big fan of stationery, as you guys know, and they've got that there as well. There's some really cool stuff on here. You can also purchase experience sets, which is basically like kits to make matcha, to make onigiri, and they'll provide everything basically. Whatever you want, Sugoimart has got it. They've got a lot of really cool stuff from Japan, and as you guys know, every sort of month or so they give us care package that we show off to you guys, which I think is pretty cool. So they've got really nice stuff included. They also sell Pokemon cards and a lot of genuinely hyped stuff. What we want to do is that we want to find out the weirdest things on the Sugoimart website and get Sugoimart to send them to us. So Sugoimart, if you're listening, let's prepare that. Let's just get the weirdest stuff and send it my way. And we'll talk about it on a episode of Umai. They've got some really, really nice stuff. If you want to get items from Japan quite easily, some really nice quirky items, then you can go to sugoimart.com, use the code GALP for 15% off on your purchase. They've got some really nice stuff, whether you're an anime fan, whether you're a fan of Japanese culture, or even if you're a fan of Disney. They've got a lot of Disney items on there. So experience Japan from the comfort of your own home with Sugoimart. Use the code GALP for 15% off. Thank you, Sugoimart, for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. And back on to the episode.
And we are back from the break. Hope you guys enjoyed that advertisement, by the way, because I think I did. It was a good ad for Japan Crate. Anyway, so usually we have snacks, but we were not bothered to get the snacks today. Instead, we made ourselves a sandwich.
A tuna sando.
A tuna sando. Basically tuna mayo. I'll talk about it a little bit in a end segment of this episode, but what did you think of the sandwich?
Well, the one that you made.
Yes.
It was decent. I had to do slight adjustments,
No,
but we'll
your
tell you about that
adjustments were
later.
disgusting,
No,
man.
they weren't.
They were not good. They were not good. And they were not good. Oh,
Right. Speaking of sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Subway.
Sub. Eat fresh. Subs, not drugs.
Subs, not dubs.
What? Subs, not dubs.
Sorry, I was eating this.
This is an anime discussion. Crunchyroll.com person. That's because, they got some really good anime subs. No, but we're talking about subs from Subway. There are other sub restaurants, but not in the UK. I know America has like Quiznos and like...
What is I don't even know that
It's like
existed.
Subway.
I heard of it, but I didn't even know what it was.
It's basically Subway. They have Subway there, but it's another sub
No, I
restaurant.
don't rate it.
Subway. Oh, you know what? What is your go-to Subway sandwich?
So, don't get me wrong. I do like a meatball sub. I do like a chicken. They used to have chicken chipotle, which is banging, but they got rid of it.
What's chicken chipotle? Let's talk about that.
It used to be like, do you know how they had like the chicken teriyaki? It was just marinated chicken inside that chipotle Southwest sauce. It was
Inside
banging.
the Southwest sauce.
Yeah, it was
Bruh.
banging. Or like marinated in that sauce. It was banging, but they got rid of it.
Not chicken slices. You're talking about chicken pieces.
Like sliced up chicken.
Yeah, like chicken pieces, not like thin sliced.
No, like thin slice. Like how they have the teriyaki sauce.
That wasn't their chicken. Their chicken wasn't.
Wait,
thin
are you
sliced.
talking about chicken ham or are you talking about chicken pieces?
I'm talking about chicken chunks.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, chicken slice. There's no such thing as chicken ham. It's chicken slice.
Oh, nah. Anyway, not the
Bruh.
point. That was banging until they got rid of it. But, or maybe it's a seasonal thing. I don't know. But I have two go-to sandwiches. It depends on how I'm feeling, whether or not I'm vegan or not. I have to admit that vegan sub, the meatball sub, banging.
I'll get into that. But it wasn't.
Let me get on to what I like to order. So I like to get, if I'm having a cookie and a salt and vinegar packet of crisp, I'll go for a 6-inch. I'll go for a hearty Italian. I've missed.
That's one with the cheese, isn't it?
No. Hearty Italian's one with like semolina on top, like the crunchy bits.
That's cheese.
It's not cheese. They've got one with cheese. It's not cheese. This is something different. The hearty Italian is different. Okay.
All right.
So anyway, you get the hearty Italian. I used to miss it when they had the pepper jack cheese. I need to bring that ish back.
No, they do still.
They don't. I'm always there. They don't have it. Trust me. I'm getting really agitated, but it's fine. It's a really passionate topic to me, that pepper jack cheese. If there's no pepper jack cheese, it's fine, normal cheese, but I like to get tuna and then I like to toast it. And then you put some lettuce, sweet corn, onions, jalapenos, a shit ton of olives, extra pickles, and a bit Southwest sauce. I know this is going to sound really disgusting, but just a a tiny bit of honey mustard
On what?
on the sandwich, on the tuna sandwich.
Decent.
No, because people look at me like I'm weird whenever I ask for honey mustard on tuna.
No, you have to, because I think that's what adds a little bit of a tang.
Of a umami kind of flavour. But then again, if you think about it this way, they have like salmon teriyaki, so I can't see why sweet and tuna doesn't work.
Yeah, I think look, I don't judge you.
It's Subway. Subway, you're not allowed to judge
You
anyone.
can't, because that's your choice. That's the whole point of Subway. I think for me, when I go to Subway, I have two favorites, right? It used to be back in the day, I used to go to chicken teriyaki. But then I realized...
You would have loved that chicken chipotle.
I would have. Oh, yeah, baby.
Need to bring it back.
Chicken teriyaki, though, it kind of...
It's too sweet.
It's too sweet now. And I'm like, I'm not into that. What I'm into...
Yeah.
Especially when I used to go to Greenwich. That's the first time I ate Subway in my life. At uni.
Yeah,
I never used to go to
same.
Subway.
Greenwich.
And because Subway was always kind of like, oh man, what the fuck is Subway?
It smells like feet.
And then Mladen.
No, back in the day, there were Subways near us that just smelled like feet.
Yeah, well, I mean, once again, it's a franchise situation.
Yes, no, it's not to Subway. It's just maybe the people in Subway. I don't know.
I tell you, now I think with Subway, sorry, that was the oven timer. With Subway, right, my favorite sandwich when I was at uni, Mladen, shout out to Mladen if he's listening. Sinjir. Basically, he took us to Subway and he was like, oh, get a meatball sub. I was like, okay, cool, I'll get a meatball sub. I loved it.
I love a meatball sub.
I love
too.
a meatball sub, but it's a bit questionable. I'm like, what is in this? What kind of meat? It doesn't say what meat it is.
That's interesting. Now I feel like I'm put off from it.
You know what? Most likely what it is, it's a mixture of beef and pork, because IKEA is the same. It says it in small, like when you go to IKEA, it's in small writing. It's a mix of beef and pork. But yeah, the marinara sauce is great at Subway, and so I like that with a little bit of cheese on it, cheese and toasted. Why ask someone, do you want it cheese and toasted? Always cheese and toasted. If you're not cheesing and toasting,
you're not Subwaying.
You're not a Subwaying, right?
Yeah, you're not doing it right. Might as well pick up a sarnie from Tesco.
So that is what I do. But in terms of salad, what salad do I put on? I put on
what bread do you use?
Back in the day, they didn't introduce this bread, so I used to go for regular Italian bread.
Okay, fair enough.
But now they have the 9-seeded bread. Ooh. It's like a whole grain bread, brown bread.
Oh, that was some tuna. Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Exactly, but that's another thing I'm going to get onto, because that's my new favorite bread. That bread, it doesn't work with meatball marinara.
It doesn't. I can't imagine it working for chicken either.
It doesn't, but it works with certain sandwiches. I use Italian bread with cheese and toasted, always. Yeah. Meatball marinara.
Pepper jack or normal?
Normal cheese. Pepper jack don't work with.
Man, you're wasting your pepper jack privileges.
It's
because of people like you. They removed the pepper jack for people like me.
It's like McDonald's when they were like, sorry, we realized
the McChicken Premier, no one's eating it. It's like, I used to eat it. Bring it back. That was the only thing I used to eat.
This is not a McDonald's episode. So Subway, the salad that I put on is lettuce. Always lettuce, and then I put on sweet corn.
Yes, always.
I don't know. It's weird to put on a marinara sub,
but this is Subway. It's fine.
Subway. No one cares. I put on pickles.
You have to put shit ton of pickles.
Sometimes I ask for extra pickles.
No, I go up to them straight, and usually I'm friends with them already. And sometimes the words that come out my mouth will be, "Can I have a shit ton of pickles?"
And they'll do it.
And it's not just because one time, one person when I said pickles, they literally put 2 on there. I was like, are we in Subway? We are in Subway, my friend. Put me some real amount of pickles. This isn't McDonald's.
Put me a real piece.
This isn't McDonald's. It's like putting 2 pieces of sweet corn on a sandwich. It doesn't make sense. You're in Subway.
I get that.
You put a handful, and then when I ask for pickles, you put 2 handfuls, okay?
I think for me, what was very important...
2 pieces of sweet corn.
2 pieces of sweet corn, my man. Now, so yeah, I put sweet corn, then I asked for olives. I never used to put olives.
Yeah, I got you into the olive hype.
Team olive.
Hey.
Team olive. Hey. What else did I put? I can't even remember. Sometimes if I'm feeling alright, I put some carrots, some shredded carrots.
On a meatball sub?
On a meatball sub. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes. This is Subway. We don't judge. We don't judge at Subway.
Well, I'm starting to judge.
We don't judge at Subway.
I'm starting to judge.
There's that, and then I think in terms of sauces, deli mustard. Not all Subways do it.
They need to bring in salad cream to Subway.
I think they do.
They don't have it.
They do.
No, they don't.
I'm pretty sure.
Every single Subway, when I'm making that tuna sandwich, if I had a bit of salad cream.
But I think salad cream is not really like an American thing. It's mainly just an English
a UK thing, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think that's
probably
mustard
why. Mixed with mayo.
And vinegar. I think, to be honest with you, deli mustard, they don't do it anymore in all Subways. Some of them
They need to bring it back.
But I think it's because, once again, not many people ask for deli mustard. So I get deli mustard, which is basically akin to English mustard or like a Dijon or something.
You know, if you get a beef sandwich, get the steak sandwich,
Yeah,
a bit deli mustard be fine.
Deli mustard, but yeah, get that, and then on top of that, I add a little bit. Now I'm into Chipotle Southwest,
Oh, that is
which is good.
that's the ultimate sauce.
There was a promotion a while back when they had guacamole, and I used to put guacamole on the sub.
That'll
and
be $1.50 extra.
that's what I hate. That when they're like, that's $1 extra, and I'm like, bruh,
I know.
I'm paying, I'm asking for it. I know the rules.
It's like, I feel like when you look rich, they won't ask you that question.
True, but when you
It's
look
like when you
homeless-
go like shopping and like Selfridges or something like that, if they look rich, they'll spray all the perfume on you and all that shit. But if you look like you're like broke as shit, they have you noticed they
do not-
avoid you like the plague. Or when you come to buy something that's like EDP and it's like at £90 for the bloody perfume and it's a normal size from Dior, they'll look at you saying, "Are you sure you can't?" Then I've had them do this to me. But like, "Are you sure you can't refund this?" I'm like, "I know."
I never have that.
I had that
Just-
once,
just a
but then
little
again,
bit
it
of
was
a
after I was working.
Tangent. It's a little bit of a tangent, but
I feel
I've
like
never had that
if
experience.
you
of
don't get
Selfridges.
asked that in Chipotle, that means they know you're rich. That's all
even
I'm
in
saying.
even
Even in Subway when they have the promotions, if they don't ask, you know that'll be extra. That means they know you're packing the dollars. You have money.
100%.
I want to get to that level where they don't ask me like, "Do you know guac's extra?"
Yeah, true. So
That's when I know I've made it.
I would add that, and then the thing is, in sub, I usually get a 12-inch.
So, do you get sides? Be honest.
No.
No one's judging.
I don't really get sides.
Oh, but the cookies are banging.
I just get the drink, but I always get Lipton iced tea. That's the only thing.
I used to do that
Apple
until
Tango.
the Apple Tango.
Hey!
Hey!
Apple Tango,
Woo!
my man.
My guy.
Apple Tango is the best drink.
It's
if
the
any
best
place-
thing they've ever introduced.
If anyone ever goes to a fast food place and they offer Apple Tango, just
You
go for it.
It's quite similar to an Apple McFizz from
It
McDonald's.
is. Oh,
Dubai.
actually, McFizz is better.
But yeah, McFizz is better, but it's
Anyway,
close
so
enough.
yeah, man, that's what I get. That's my main go-to. But now I've changed and I go for a tuna. Anything else I can't handle. I just get a tuna sub, 6-inch.
They're generous with their tuna.
They are, because I think not many people buy it. That's why, and because they have to do that every day, mix it with the mayo or whatever. So I think they want to get rid of it. That's just how it is. That's how I feel with the tuna specifically. So I get a tuna. I get it with pepper jack. When they used to have pepper jack, R.I.P. pepper jack, and I get it on the seeded bun, 6-inch. I can't remember what else. I add the carrots, of course, lettuce, olives, pickles. You have to add pickles, extra pickles.
You know what? One time they didn't have pickles, so I walked out.
Are you serious?
Yes,
That is shameful.
that is shameful. But to be fair, he
Wait.
just toasted my bread, and I was standing near the pickles bit. He didn't put the tuna. He didn't put anything on there.
You're a bastard.
Not toasted the bread. He just cut the bread, is what I meant to say.
Okay. No, I was about to say.
Because
if he
either way
toasted
you
the
cut
bread-
the bread, you can put it back. It's fine. That's not the point. Because
Yeah.
I was standing near the salad bit, and I noticed he didn't put. There was no pickles there, and I said, "You don't have any pickles." And he had the tuna and the salmon ready to scoop that stuff on. And it's like, "No, we ran out of pickles." So I was like, "Stop what you're doing! Stop the papers!" And I was like, "Sorry, I don't want it then."
you were like, what's his name? Who's that guy? Ainsley Harriet. Stop
Cooking.
cooking.
Literally, I was like, "You don't have pickles?" I'm like, "Well, he's only just cut the bread." He's.
You walked out.
I was like, "Sorry, mate. Ciao." Literally.
What if they didn't have pickles and he already put the tuna and everything?
If he put the tuna in there, I'd probably be like, "Oh, I would feel bad if he put, because that's a waste."
What if you walked out? He's just like, fuck you.
No. Because imagine you get to the salad bit, you got your cheese and toasted and everything, and it's like, "What salad would you like on there?" You realize there's no pickles. No, I would. That's the only time. Like literally,
Would you go into Subway and be like, you guys got pickles?
No, going forward, what I've done now with Subway is I look at the salad section. If they're out of pickles, I'm not gonna order anything at all.
Bruh, that's savage.
It wasn't that savage.
That's
He just cut the bread.
You know what?
He didn't toast it. He didn't put
Other than
cheese.
that,
He didn't do anything.
I think, like, for me, I would never get anything that's like ham.
No,
in
I don't.
Subway.
I don't
know a lot
trust
of people
it,
like
yeah.
that. But for me, if I wanted like proper ham, I'd make the sandwich myself.
Yeah, like a
Or-
mortadella.
Or I'll go to a deli, or go to like a Carluccio's and eat.
Ooh.
Although I think Carluccio's like went bankrupt.
Yeah, I think they're gone now,
Bruh.
bruh.
That place was banging.
Yeah, that.
We should have talked about them.
Their meal deal they used to have, the
Yeah,
lasagnas.
Bruh,
Jesus.
bruh. No, but seriously, man. Like, if I want to go to a deli, I would have gone to a deli. I don't want to have cold cuts at Subway. It just doesn't
I
seem
don't
cool.
trust it. That's
You
what
don't trust
I'm
it?
being honest with you.
It's like teddy bear ham.
It's ew, or spam.
No, some people eat spam with like eggs and stuff.
Yeah,
I
but those
respect
people,
it.
because they know what spam is.
Yeah, but I mean, teddy bear ham. Oh my.
Do you know, I could do a bit of fried spam and like rice.
Fried spam and rice.
But I wouldn't have a spam sandwich.
Yeah, and I wouldn't eat spam raw. People eat that raw, but technically it's cooked.
But you just know, because it tastes nice when it's caramelized, and you have it like with seaweed and like, and you have a little bit like it's cut into pieces.
It's mostly fat and like organs. Anyway, that's what spam is, man. It's some reconstituted.
Anyway, what were you on about with Subway? We're digressing.
I think also like if I'm feeling a little bit cheeky, sometimes what I like to get at Subway, you know how they have the small pots? They do like nachos and shit.
Oh yeah, nachos are good.
I don't get nachos there, but I get a pot of meatball marinara. You can do that. Or garlic bread pizza. I mean pizza, garlic bread. Fuck. Pizza bread. Pizza bread.
So it's just pizza, or it's just bread. It's
bread
with cheese.
It's basically marinara sauce on a sub. They do this in Subway. It's like a half of a sub. I think you get 2 slices. Basically, it's a 6-inch, and they cut it in half. They put marinara, cheese, and then if you want pepperonis or salami, they put that on. Put it in.
Yeah, I don't know. If
nice.
I want a salami, I could just pick up a salami packet from M&S.
I don't do it with salami. I just get it normal, but it is nice.
No, I quite like the nachos or the cookies.
Cookies in Subway are great, and I don't want to talk about it on this episode because we might do a cookies episode. But I think that's only the only reason to go to Subway sometimes, because it's like I want a cookie, but I don't want to wait in line for a cookie.
Oh no, there are times where like you walk in and it's like, and you see a whole massive queue and you think to yourself, well, I just wanted a cookie. So you come back later for the cookie.
There was once this guy goes up to me in the Subway, and I finally get up to the queue. He's like, what would you like? I said, I just want to buy a cookie. And the guy was like, okay, cool. And he made me skip the whole line.
Literally.
Yeah.
I respect those people.
Because it's true.
Because you got several people. You got one by the bread section.
Google's listening to us, man.
Yeah, Google's listening to us.
For those that didn't notice, we had to make a little jump cut because our Google Home was responding to what we said
about cookies.
Subway.
Was it cookies?
No, it was about Subway.
Yeah, about Subway. Bloody hell!
We started talking about Subway. I think it meant
the robots have taken over.
I think it probably thought about how do I get to a Subway, or maybe Subway is in going down on the tube and whatever. I unplugged that shit. I don't want Google listening.
It's actually taken over.
Some Terminator shit right there.
Do you know what I mean?
But that being said, I think that's a good place to go on an ad break.
Oh, no way.
Before we get into the ads, just want to shout out our coffee page. If you guys want to support the podcast either monthly or through a one-time donation, we really do appreciate it because coffee doesn't take a fee. So all of the amount of money that you're going to be donating goes straight to us. So that's really awesome. We do have goals set up on there, like for podcast equipment, for artwork and things like that. So anything you donate is going to go straight back into making this podcast a better experience, a better show. We will be using it correctly. So I will assure you that. So that is ko-fi.com/GetAlivePodcast. Thank you. And back onto the ads. Now it's a better time than ever to be an anime fan with Crunchyroll that has the world's largest anime collection. You can watch new episodes 1 hour after they air in Japan, enjoy access to unlimited ad-free anime, read hundreds of chapters across dozens of manga titles, and save with exclusive Crunchyroll store discounts. So if you guys go to crunchyroll.com/kunai, that's crunchyroll.com/kunai for your 14-day free trial of Crunchyroll Premium service. Remember, you guys, we love Crunchyroll. We use them on Kunai. I personally love them. I personally use them all the time. We've been going to Crunchyroll events for a long time sponsor of the podcast. And you know what? They are the best place to watch anime legally online with over 30,000 episodes. And at the moment, if you're listening to this, they've got the largest fall lineup in history for fall 2022 with over 40 simulcasting titles. That is insane. So join Crunchyroll with our link, crunchyroll.com/kunai for 14-day free trial. In addition to that, you've got different perks with your premium service. You can either go with your mega fan, you can go with fan service, or your mega fan for 12 months. Personally, the biggest savings that you're going to make is if you do your mega fan option. If you live in the UK, that's only £60 a year. That's VAT inclusive. That's cheaper than any streaming service at the moment, especially if you're into anime. You got all your anime pretty much in one place. That's no ads, unlimited access to the Crunchyroll library, new episodes 1 hour after they air in Japan for your simulcasts, access to your digital manga, streaming on 4 devices at the same time, as well as offline viewing. You would not believe how many times offline viewing has saved me. Beyond the tube, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no 5G. I'm like, I want to watch anime. Boom. I'm watching Overlord. I'm watching Dr. Stone. I'm watching Naruto. I'm watching DBZ. You've got it all on Crunchyroll. So that's crunchyroll.com/kunai. That's crunchyroll.com/KUNAI. Back onto the episode.
We're back from the ads.
I just have one last point about Subway.
All right.
One last point.
What was it?
One last point.
Go on then.
The breakfast
No.
sandwich.
Stop. That deserves another ad break. Imagine if I cut you off for another ad break.
Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Breakfast at Subway, no. I'm sorry.
not?
Just stop. We should move on to excellent sandwich place. My man, Pret.
I love Pret so much. Not just like sandwiches, but salads. Everything about Pret. I have tried every single thing from Pret. Literally everything.
True.
Everything.
There's certain things in Pret that I don't like.
I'm a Pret.
Their chicken sandwiches are weird.
What do you mean the chicken
I'll
sandwiches are
explain
weird?
because it's like they taste nice, but it's weird because it's too creamy, and I'm like, what is in the
To be
sandwich?
fair, everything from Pret, the mayonnaise is just...
What is that? What is in
They
that
don't
mayonnaise?
skimp out on the mayonnaise,
But that-
and I respect them for
They
that.
add something to that mayonnaise because it's not
Crack.
No, an actual thing like maybe creme fraiche or like cream because there's no way
But let me just say one
mayonnaise
thing.
is not that creamy.
Let
That
me
does
say
not make
one
any
thing.
sense.
I respect that sauce.
The sauce is good, but it's odd. It's
I
too
like it.
creamy for my liking.
I like it. I like how they have
No.
Tabasco now in the sauce sections.
Really?
Yeah, they got Tabasco. There's salt and pepper and Tabasco. I respect
Like
someone.
proper
Tabasco packets.
what? Small Tabascos?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Packets, not like glasses or anything.
And
Just,
you can just freely take them.
yeah.
Just go into a Pret. Give me all the tobacco.
Literally, I stop
Give me
now
all
for
the
lunch.
Tabasco.
I stop because usually I have like a bottle of Tabasco by my desk. I just stop. I just take the Tabasco packets from Brett.
You steal them from
No,
Pret.
I don't. To be fair, 9 out of 10 times my lunch is from Brett anyway.
No, what about that 1%?
That 1%. I stocked up on those Tabasco packets. Pew, 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 pew. Literally, like literally, my desk, my drawer doesn't have stationery.
It's
It's
just
just Tabasco
I love Tabasco, but I just think it's a bit.
and pickled ginger from Wasabi. Back when they used that.
Ooh,
Back when
yeah.
Back when it was for free. Now they don't have it for free. Now you have to pay for it if you go into the stores.
It's like 5p or something.
Yeah, or like, but I think M&S used to have them for free. So sometimes I take one extra because I do like a lot of pickled ginger. I don't take like 5. I don't. Don't give me that look. I don't. I don't.
You take like 10.
I don't.
But yeah, Pret. No, I think Pret sandwiches are nice, but
Best tuna sandwiches.
I would
Pret.
never eat Pret every day. Like I can't handle.
Do you know
that.
what really upsets me?
What?
There was 2 of my favorite sandwiches, and I think they're seasonal. One of them being the brie sandwich.
Yeah, from Pret is good.
It shouldn't be seasonal. It's so good.
It's probably because it's expensive to make. Because brie is expensive.
And also, I think they used to have like a smoked salmon and dill and cream cheese baguette. So simple the ingredients, but they need to bring that back.
I think with Pret, what I like about it is that, to be honest with you, you're not kind of guaranteed everything in that day. You see what I mean? Because it's all freshly made. So it's like, you're not guaranteed that there'll be a tuna
But
sandwich
then
waiting for you.
that's why there's like 7 Prets in one area. There are more Prets than there are like
McDonald's in central London.
literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Back in the day, it used to be the other way around.
True, but I think it's because all those office workers are like
Prep.
like, and because they deliver as well
Exactly. To be
with,
fair, like
with bikes.
if you're one of those things, if you ever have a day where you're unsure and you have too many options, where are you going to end up in? You're going to end up in Prep.
True.
It's just, even if you have a Leon across the road, you have a Wasabi, at the end of the day, you're always going to be like, you know what, I'll just go to Pret and I'll grab a sandwich. It's just one of those
by
things.
the way, for those who don't know, Pret stands for Pret à Manger, ready to eat.
Yeah, we know, because I'm ready to eat.
That's the whole point. I get it. It's
I'm
nice.
hungry.
Like it's also
I'm
like
so
a cafe. Like
hungry.
you can get like pastries. I love their pastries there, but we'll talk about that in another episode. But what I like the most,
Soups as well. I do like.
I never get this in Pret, but I've heard that they can give you free stuff.
I always
I've
get
never got
free
anything
stuff at
free.
Pret.
Oh, yeah.
One time I got soup. The other time I got a muffin, a
So how
croissant,
does it work? So
a cookie,
do you
a
go-
hot drink.
How does that work? So do they like, would you like a free, or is it like you go and pay and they're like, nah, it's on us?
Yeah, so basically, like, you need to have a banter, a bit of chat. I'm gonna give you guys the secrets to getting free stuff at Pret.
They're gonna,
First of
Pret's
all,
gonna hear it and
Generally,
cancel this episode.
no, what's part of their policy to hand out free stuff. Generally, you want to go to a Pret where all the people are happy. Which 9 out of 10 times, the people there working at Pret are happy
Hate
to be
them,
working
and
there.
Then you get,
No, they are. No,
I go
because
there and there's always that
let's
one
be
miserable
real.
guy that works
There
at Pret.
are a couple of Prets. Some of them in certain stations. I'm not going to mention what stations.
Bond Street.
No, the ones in Bond Street. I got free stuff from them twice before.
Bruh,
The
what
ones in,
stations?
not Bond Street.
Say what station?
I'm not going to say what station.
No, because we called out McDonald's before. Say
No,
what station.
not going to say. But there are some where it's like,
Tell me off the air.
I'll tell you off the air, behind the scenes. So there are some where they look a bit unhappy. So always aim to go into, like, ones in central London, they always, like, I've never been into one with bad service. They're always happy to serve you. So then you have a bit of banter, you laugh, you ha ha he, and if they see you a couple of times, so if they know like you're a regular customer and you need to make friends with one of them behind the till, yeah, you just need to make connections and allies, yeah, because this is war literally for free stuff. This is the art of food, not even the art of war. Literally,
everyone else does that.
Literally,
it's
just
trying
me.
So
this
hard.
is how I get the free snacks. Okay, listen to my strategy and my tactics.
All right, Zubia.
This is the art of Pret, literally. Okay, so after you make a bit of banter, you've seen them a couple of times, they know you really well. You ask, oh, hey, how are you doing? How's your kids? Or whatever. Like, whatever it is. Sometimes when you pick up a muffin or something, they'll be like, oh, don't worry, the muffin's for free.
Well, they won't even give you the whole thing for free.
Well, they're not going to give you like a whole meal for free. They'll give you like one of your pieces of the meal for free. So like, if you're ordering a latte, we're like, oh, don't worry, that's for free. Or if you're ordering a muffin, that's for free. Or if you've got soup, free. Or if you've got like a cookie or something, croissant, free. This is the way of the warrior.
Of life.
Literally.
See, I've never got anything for free.
I always get stuff for free.
I mean, the amount of times
and do you know what? Sometimes you need to make friends across different Prets.
Wow.
You can't always keep going to the same
one.
one.
Do you want to shout out one of the people that work at Pret?
Oh no, I don't know their names.
So you friend them. Yeah, you don't know their name. Raw, that is raw.
Literally, I'm not. What
Those
do you need to
people-
know?
wait,
There
shout
are
out
like
to-
14 different Prets in my near where I work.
Okay.
And I go into different one each day.
anyone that's
Like
listening-
there's one for Mondays. I go to that Pret. One for Tuesdays. I go to that Pret. One for Wednesdays. I go
you
to
go
that
different
Pret.
Prets each day of the week
Yeah.
to get free stuff.
Yeah.
You maximize this. You know what?
There's a strategy. You
they
have
need
to
ban
admit.
you.
You
They
have.
need to ban you from
I will
Pret.
actually. Pret. You know how much I love Pret.
You should buy. Either you should buy shares in
That's
Pret.
what I was saying. Pret sponsor me, literally. Because if there's one thing that everyone knows me for, is how much I love Pret. Even at work, people look at me and they say, Georgina, you should have shares at Pret. Or like, Georgina, you're the one that's giving profits to Pret. I'm keeping you guys in business. It's me. And I'm not just eating the menu. I'm saying to other people, oh, try this from Pret or try that from Pret. I'm giving recommendations.
You're being a tryhard here.
Well, no, I'm not. At the end of the day,
Wait.
at
You
the
go
end,
to different Prets to try and swindle
at
some
the
people.
listen, at the end of the day, my colleagues always look at me saying, I swear to God, one time someone's calculated how much I spend that per month, and it's a lot. I'm actually quite ashamed, but
That's your business.
like, but
The thing is, they
I
won't
love
sponsor
Pret.
you because they'll be losing out a lot of their money.
true. But that's fine. I've made friends everywhere, so I get free stuff.
You don't know
everywhere.
their names.
I don't need to know their
John
names.
at Pret.
John at
Shout
Pret.
out to John
John.
at Pret, my man.
And Joanna. No, John and Jane.
Jane.
Jane, yeah. John Smith, Jane Smith.
Oh, okay.
How did you not get that?
I heard James.
Jane.
I was like, who's James?
Jane
Did
Doe.
you remember one of the friends?
No, I just listen. That's how you get free stuff at Pret.
James
You heard
Bond.
it from here. You gotta make friends, and
You gotta
even
swindle
afterwards, when they give you free stuff, you gotta still make friends with them.
Yeah, because then...
No, 'cause
you're
they're
swindling
nice
them.
people.
No, you're swindling them, fam.
I'm not swindling them.
You're swindling.
Everyone does that. You have to be all hi.
Yeah, they know that. It's very manipulative. I don't think... I was going to say, I don't think Sven... I don't think...
What's Sven got to do with
Sven,
this?
yeah, I don't think Sven should have this policy. I don't think Pret should have this policy, free food policy, because
It's
very,
nice.
it's manipulative. People are
Do
only
you know,
nice to get free stuff like you. It's true, don't lie. You
It is
wouldn't
kinda
go into a McDonald's and do that. You would not go into a Starbucks and do that.
Because it's not part of their policy. Pret is known that part of their policy is to give out free stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying live on air that you're only nice because of free stuff.
What in life who isn't nice because of benefits? I'm just saying. No, but in all reality, when it comes to Pret, I'm nice anyway. But regardless of whether or not you give me free stuff or
You're
not,
a human being,
I
I'm
am.
sorry.
Whenever I go to Starbucks, I'm nice. Whenever I go to McDonald's, I'm nice. Whenever I'm on the train and someone elderly needs that priority seat, I'm nice. But Pret, I happen to be a little bit extra nice because they give you free. It's just part of their policy.
So basically, you're a dictator, and you're only nice to the people that will give you good stuff.
At the end of the day, sometimes when they give me free stuff, I give it to the people who need it.
Don't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Oh, I
do.
give it to the...
Like whenever
the
I get
homeless
like,
man.
yeah,
No, you
I'm
don't.
not. Yes, I do.
You give your free muffin to a homeless man.
Yeah, why
What's that
not?
what difference is that going to make? Buy him a proper sandwich, man. Give him a muffin and a cup of coffee.
Sometimes I buy a sandwich. It depends on how much I have left of my paycheck.
All right.
I'm poor. Do you know what I mean?
All right, Georgina.
Just like-
I believe you.
You're so rude.
I believe you.
You're
You give
so
your cookie.
rude.
There was a time where you went around all these different breads.
No, don't make me out.
Because they
Don't make me out.
were giving out free cookies.
Don't make me me out.
This is you. Remember that. You should be ashamed of yourself. That being said, another ad break.
Before we get into the ads, just want to shout out our coffee page. If you guys want to support the podcast either monthly or through a one-time donation, we really do appreciate it because coffee doesn't take a fee. So all of the amount of money that you're going to be donating goes straight to us. So that's really awesome. We do have goals set up on there, like for podcast equipment, for artwork and things like that. So anything you donate is going to go straight back into making this podcast a better experience, a better show. We will be using it correctly. So I will assure you that. So that is ko-fi.com/Get a Life podcast. Thank you. And back onto the ads. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Platform. Visit experienceplatform.co.uk for more information. Platform is a gaming bar in London that's also serving food and lovely cocktails. You guys can bring your whole squads there, or if you wanted to just game by yourself on PC, feel free to as well. I will say this, we've been at Platform many times for personal events, but also for the podcast. As you guys know, we record our episodes where we talk to games industry professionals and influencers at Platform. So it is an awesome place. Big shout out to Platform for letting us use their space. One thing I will say this about Platform is that they've got wonderful pizzas. I remember the first time I went to Platform, I ordered chocobo and chorizo. I know it sounds really sadistic, but it's basically a chicken and chorizo pizza, which is really cool. It's one of my favorites. But they've also got vegetarian options as well, like the Farmville, as well as the Toadstool. The Toadstool's quite nice. It's basically mozzarella, tomato, and mushroom. They also serve some wonderful cocktails, as well as some awesome games. So what I tend to do is I tend to book out a multiplayer zone and we get together and we play on the Switch, on the PS4. It tends to be a Mario Party, Mario Kart, those kind of games, as well as your PlayStation games, your fighting games. You want to get in with your team and go fighting games, want to play a little bit of Tekken, you're more than welcome to. They also do bottomless brunches, which you can also pre-order online for a spot. Remember, if you guys want to check them out, that is experienceplatform.co.uk. You'll find all of their information there, as well as menus and other info. Genuinely, it's a really nice place, especially if you are visiting to London. It's very well connected. And don't know if you know this, but they also do private hire and events. So if you want to rent out for your whole squad, if you want to, or if you're someone that's in the gaming industry and you're listening to this podcast, then you can actually use it for private hire. I've been to a lot of press events that actually take place at Platform. So yeah, what are you guys doing? Go to experienceplatform.co.uk and book now. Thank you, Platform, for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. Back onto the episode.
We are back from the ad break.
After, Bish just baited me out. I'm sorry.
Let's
I'm a nice person, but I like free stuff from Pret, okay?
Let's forget about it. There was this one time, actually, I think I might as well say it here. There's this time I bought a sandwich. It was actually Wilson Green.
Wilson Green needs a Pret.
It doesn't. It has a coffee Costa. But yeah, I bought a meal deal from Sainsbury's. I bought 2 meal deals. I don't know why. I don't normally do this. But
yes, you do. Don't lie. Just like you baited me out with my Pret. This boy, he eats. Don't lie.
2 meal deals.
2 meal deals.
So I ate 2 meal deals normally.
But not like 2 packets of crisps. It's like he ate 2 sandwiches.
2 sandwiches. But I buy...
He's a big boy.
That's rude, man.
Well, you baited me about my Pret.
No, you're fat shaming me.
Well, you're Pret shaming me.
Yeah, that's your problem. You're just frugal, man. That's not
no, I'm not.
Okay, cool.
Like you wouldn't.
If I would, I would.
If you would, you would.
If you know, you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
Anyway, so I bought like 2 meal deals, and I went out, and then there was this homeless guy, and I felt bad. I didn't even ask me for anything. This was at the bus stop.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought he was homeless. Like the guy was just there chilling at the bus stop, and I'm looking at him. The guy's skinny, so I give him the thing. I gave him both of the meal deals, both of them, because he looked like he needed to eat. I haven't eaten. Came back from uni, didn't eat. Do you know what I mean? So I gave him that, and the guy was so happy. Like you kind of see that, and you're like, wow, man, I made a difference today.
Stop bragging.
Yeah, did you know? Oh, I get a free stuff from friend. I give it to a homeless man. Yes, shut up. I paid £6. No, and I gave it to him. The funny thing about it was a couple of weeks later.
Was he even homeless?
He was homeless, yeah. Because
that's nice.
He goes up to me and he was like, I had to spend my last money to pay for a hostel. Because, they have homeless hostels and stuff. So, and I was thinking about starving today, basically.
That's sweet.
And then
he remembered you
no, that was on the day.
on the
when he
day.
gave
Oh,
it.
I thought he came
But
up to you a couple
He
of
did
weeks later. Yeah.
a couple of weeks later. He came up to me, or was it a couple of months later or something? He remembered me. He was like, "You're the guy that gave me the sandwich." Yeah, I don't remember, but cool. Because you see so many people every day, you can't remember everything. And now the guy was like wearing like I don't think he was wearing a suit, but he was wearing like very formal clothing.
Like he was going to a job interview.
Yeah, no, he told me he found a job.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so because he was quite young, he was like
That sounds like someone who left their house.
Yeah, probably.
Like got kicked out.
maybe, but
Abusive parents or something. Maybe you don't know, but
yeah, he found a job. Anyway, on to the point, because that was the sandwich that was a tuna sandwich.
both of them.
Both, because that's what I bought tuna sandwiches that day.
That's sweet of you. Mad respect.
So the tuna sandwich for me holds a lot of
meaning.
I know it sounds so stupid, but it does. And that's what we're going to talk about. Final bit of the episode. Homemade sandwich, including the legendary tuna sandwich that we ate today. What do you think of the sandwich?
The one you made.
Yes.
I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, but you added some bullshit to it.
If you know me, you know I like my spice. I like chili on everything. I
Yeah,
put peri sauce from Nando's on everything. So I put a bit of peri drizzle.
No, you
No,
didn't.
not an issue. And
It is an issue,
I like
because
I like pickles in my sandwiches.
You're ruining tuna sandwich with pickle.
Yeah,
I made her a favorite.
That's
Remember
banging, yeah.
Ross from Friends.
That's banging.
Okay, tuna and pickle, decent. I'll allow it. But peri sauce?
Peri sauce is
I
banging
am
on
judging
everything.
you. This is not
No,
Subway.
You put Tabasco in there.
When I'm mixing it up,
Yeah, so what? I like a bit of extra heat.
no, that does not work. I put Tabasco. So the way I did it was I used John West tuna, because any other tuna is just not
It's
good,
just needs to be thrown in a bin.
basically. And might have dolphins in it. We don't know.
Oh.
I'm just saying, John West is guaranteed no dolphins.
Sponsor us.
John West. Would you really want to be sponsored by John West?
I'll be sponsored by anything right now.
The tuna company. They'll send you tuna, you know that, and anchovies.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? We eat tuna almost every day.
That is true, but it's
Every other
weird.
day.
It's weird. Why would you want that?
Tuna's tuna.
I get it, but yeah, but the tuna that we got, what was it, Gina? Bring it over here.
No, I can't be asked.
Basically, it's no drain in sunflower oil, so you don't need to drain it.
From Costco.
We got it from Costco. And
Shout out to Costco. Can you sponsor us?
Costco better sponsor us, bruh. No, but seriously, it's no drains, and it's a pull tab as well. You don't even need to use a can
opener. Yeah.
I was getting the can opener already. I just pulled the tab, and there was nothing to drain. And in my mind, I'm like, how the hell does this work?
It's very simple how it works. You pull the tab.
No, I'm saying
you use the tuna.
How is it preserved? Because it's normally preserved in brine or in oil. There's no oil in it.
Maybe because it's vacuum sealed and it has salt.
Maybe, but I've noticed that this only lasts a year. Regular cans of tuna can last like millions of years. But I think that might be why.
That's probably why.
But to be honest with you, tuna doesn't last that long anyway in our house in general. So I kind of prefer that, because normally it takes me an hour to make tuna because draining and but this took like 5 minutes.
I love tuna.
I love it. And I think the best thing about it, no drain. You just don't need to fiddle about. You can't cut yourself on whatever. You can if you wanted to.
If you're really dense, you could.
You could. I mean, you can cut yourself with a spoon if you really wanted to.
You did that once, didn't you?
Yeah. That's not the point. But
explain.
No, I'm not.
Let's digress for a second.
I'm not going to explain.
Let's digress.
No.
Okay, let's digress back then.
Not explaining.
Didn't you fall up the stairs as well one time?
So the secret with the tuna is that I don't add the tuna first. So what I do is in the bowl, what I do is I add, it depends on what vegetables I have. So it's usually
sweet corn.
You have to add sweet corn. If you don't have sweet corn, grate some carrots, because you want a crunchiness. Then I thinly slice.
Sweetness.
I thinly slice some romaine lettuce. Can work with other lettuces, but that's mainly for fiber. Then, and a little bit of crunch. And then on top of that, what else do I add? Georgina?
So you add, did you say onions?
Oh, onions. Sometimes onions, not all the time. You have to thinly dice the onions so that you get a little bit of crunch, but not too much onion, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then you add the tuna on top of that. Then, on top of that, you add a little bit of salad cream, like maybe a squirt or two of salad cream. A little bit of Dijon mustard, maybe half a teaspoon. A little squirt of American mustard. I'm talking about French's mustard. And if you have English mustard, don't use it, because English mustard will overpower it.
It will burn your nose hairs off, literally.
I put some, what is it again? If I have some wasabi paste, I'll put a little bit of wasabi if I have. If not, you can substitute that with Tabasco sauce, or maybe Frank's hot sauce could work, I guess. Oh, I put in paprika.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah, salt, pepper,
Lime.
paprika. The lime is at the end. I use smoky paprika and regular paprika. And then I use, what else? I use chili powder. And my secret ingredient.
Ew.
It works.
It does not work.
You've been eating it the whole time.
Wait, what are you using?
I'm using beans.
No.
What do you mean? No. You eat
No.
all the time. What are you talking about?
No, I don't like.
Do you know why I add?
Why do you add?
Because it takes away from the fish flavor.
But-
I don't add extract. I use pods from the bean.
I don't taste the.
That's the whole
I
point.
didn't even know you.
Because the there to take away the nastiness.
No. I still don't. I disagree.
I'll tell you something. Your sandwiches taste like shit on a plate. Yeah, so shut up.
No, my sandwiches taste
They
good.
taste like shit. I don't. If you're making a sandwich, I'll never eat it because it tastes like
Why?
poo.
No, my sandwiches taste good.
Name the last time that you made a sandwich that I
The
enjoyed.
last time I made a sandwich, well, you've clearly never tried my roast beef sandwich.
You've never made a roast beef
I
sandwich.
have.
Georgina, you make the shittest sandwiches.
I make the best sandwiches.
So I think you can use that same sort of mix with anything. What was it? You can use it with tuna. You can use it with
Chicken salad.
chicken salad. Although my chicken salad sandwiches are a lot different in the sense that I'm a bit more experimental. So for example, I add gochujang, which is Korean red pepper paste, which is banging sometimes.
So it's like a Korean sandwich.
Yeah, or sometimes I add miso, which I did recently, which is really good.
The sweet miso though.
No, not sweet miso.
Okay.
So I use red miso,
Okay.
which is like the brown miso, like a very rich miso. We don't add a lot.
But you mix it in the mayonnaise.
I mix it into the mayonnaise or wasabi. You want that sort of umami, that umami flavor, that great flavor behind it. What I have been adding recently is cucumbers,
Cucumbers.
because especially if you're
I quite like a cucumber.
especially if you're putting in a lot of heat, the cucumbers help cool it down a bit. So cucumbers are good to interact. It gives you the flavor, but it doesn't necessarily give you the heat of the chili. So it's good. I've been adding cucumber, lettuce. What else I've been adding? I've been adding capers. Work well.
Capers depends what sandwich you're making. Works
On the
really well.
tuna on the tuna sandwich it works.
Did you put it in this tuna sandwich? You didn't taste any.
No, because I didn't have capers. But
We have in the fridge.
anyway, I forgot to put it in. I don't add onions in the chicken sandwich.
I like a nice onion and chicken salad sandwich.
I would add chives. If there was chives, I would add
Oh
chives.
yeah, chives. Oh, always chives. Or
Um,
green onion.
Or green or spring onions, yeah. I think they work really well, like scallions and whatnot. I will add, there's a particular type of cabbage that you can add.
Cabbage.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese cabbage.
What's the difference between that and normal cabbage?
Sorry, like a bak choy.
Oh, you mean
I've added that
yeah.
before. It works really well.
I didn't even know we had that in the house for you to add.
No, I bought it once from Sainsbury's.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. The secret with the chicken salad sandwich is not to use breast. Breast will ruin the sandwich.
I mean,
To
unless you're
quote
doing
my
like
friend,
they gave me breast.
they gave me breast.
But they're not gonna understand that quote.
The people listening may do.
No, they're not. I think you need to tell them Beckham story.
Should we tell the breast story?
It's a breast story. It's the best story.
The breast story. Can you stop?
It's the breast story.
You weren't there, but
I mean, I was in
should
the
we-
other
should we-
room.
Should we call him out by name? No, I don't think we
I
should.
think he'd appreciate it.
Okay, so Gus,
If you're listening.
if you're listening, my man Gus.
My guy.
So yeah, Gus, we were playing Gears of War 3, I think,
On Xbox 360,
with the lads.
right?
With the lads, yeah, on Xbox.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
After
He
school.
went to KFC. I think it was on the weekend. It wasn't after school. He went to KFC because he lives quite close to the KFC.
Like, he could still connect with his headset onto the Wi-Fi.
No, not that close. It's not that close to KFC.
He was more or less that close to KFC.
So he goes up and he was getting so angry because he opens up his KFC and they gave him breast and he didn't want breast. I think he wanted like thigh pieces.
I think he specifically mentioned only thighs or like
Yeah,
any drumsticks.
I can't, maybe Gus listening, you can shed some light on it, but he said specifically no breast.
Yeah.
And they gave him breast in his chicken. And the guy went back and he got so angry. He was like, they gave me breast. They gave me breast. And he got
and he's
so,
shouting over Xbox Live.
like shouting over Xbox Live about this breast thing. And we were dying because we thought it was funny. I'm guessing he wasn't angry. I'm just guessing he was just frustrated. But he just wanted to make us laugh. So
Literally.
Gus is that kind of guy.
Gus is that kind of guy. He'll turn every like sort of shitty situation into bants.
Into
literally.
banter. And he actually went back to KFC mid-game. We were in the game. And we were like, where did Gus go? And then he was like, guys, I went to KFC, I'm back. So he went back to KFC
But
because
it's
of the
literally
breast.
because it's walking distance.
It's
So
walking distance for
literally,
him, yeah.
what a legend!
What a
What a legend!
fucking legend.
What a legend!
But yeah, I mean, breast. You can't use breast in the chicken sandwiches.
See,
because
I
it's
like a
too-
breast.
No, it doesn't work.
I think breast is best.
You want a good thigh in the sandwich or dark meat, but yeah, you need it because the fat is where the flavor is. Chicken breasts don't work in those sandwiches. Trust me, they don't. It's mainly filler.
I do enjoy a boneless thigh though.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with the sandwiches?
Like, I think it's easier if you had like a boneless thigh fillet, if you're making it from fresh chicken, be easier to cook that and then chop that and then put that in the sandwich
Yeah.
than to like cook a roast chicken
No,
and use those
you
leftovers.
got to cook it. If you're gonna cook it at home, the chicken yourself, you could do it as a whole chicken. I wouldn't. I would go and buy like a pack of chicken thighs on the bone, not off the bone.
Really?
On the bone, because that's what gives it its good flavor, umami flavor.
See, because I find that a bit tedious when you're just there trying to like
It's the same whether you're gonna
shred
cook
the chicken
whether you're gonna cook
off
it
the
or
bone.
the whole point is to shred it so you give yourself good texture. When you start cutting it up, yeah. it's
See,
not
I
good.
like it because it looks neater when you cut it up.
Yeah, but you're gonna eat it anyway.
And then it gets digested.
Oh no, man, that's rude, don't you?
No, okay. I'll stop there. You know the end of the story anyway.
You know the end of the story.
You know the end.
Unless you don't.
Well,
Then
how
go-
would they know?
Then
not
go
know?
and see a doctor.
Oh. Ew. Now you definitely made it bait. That wasn't me. Funny. What? Why are you laughing?
I don't know. I'll tell you off the air.
Tell me off the air.
But
Behind the scenes.
with that word,
BTS.
with that filling, it's very versatile. Like you can eat it with crackers, not Ritz crackers, but if you have like matzos, like you know the
Yeah.
Jewish flat bread, you can eat with
Jacob's
that.
cracker.
Jacob's crackers.
I
Ooh,
do,
yeah,
I
baby.
do enjoy Jacob.
Or you know those you get them in IKEA, but they're called. They're like Swedish bread crackers. What are they called? You know the name of them.
Crisp rolls.
Crisp rolls. Yeah, crisp rolls.
I
They
did the
work
whole
well, crisp rolls.
just to find out it was crisp rolls. Just to remember
My
it.
man, crisp rolls are good.
Crispy rolls.
Crisp rolls. But yeah, no, that filling works. I think those other sandwiches, if you were to make a ham sandwich, I hate buying ham sandwiches in shops.
If I were to I don't like ham sandwiches in sliced bread. I prefer it in like a freshly made crunchy sort of baguette with salad cream
100%.
and fresh vegetables like lettuce and
100%
tomatoes
like lettuce and tomato.
and cucumber.
Cheese and ham work really well.
But my favorite kind of cheese in those
Don't
scenarios.
say cathedral.
Cathedral City cheese. Oh no, do you know what's even good on sliced bread? Cathedral City cheese, cheddar cheese,
Salad cream.
salad cream,
You're disgusting.
lettuce, and it's not disgusting. Lettuce and tomatoes and cucumber, like a cheese salad sandwich with salad cream.
No.
You liked it.
Once before I was lactose intolerant. I can't handle cathedral cheese. Like my favorite cheese.
No, it is a bit much. Not gonna lie, but
My favorite cheese to have in a sandwich. I used to like, you know, the
Leerdammer?
Leerdammer, but not anymore. I'm into a sharp cheddar.
Sharp cheddar?
You know, like a cheddar that when you cut into it crumbles.
Ooh, that's a good kind of cheddar. I do enjoy a red Leicester.
I'm into it.
I'm into it. I quite like it.
I
I
tried
can
it
eat
in a
that by
Plowman's
itself.
once.
You tried it where?
It was in a Plowman's once that I tried them from
Ooh,
Morrison's.
I do enjoy red Leicester Plowman's. Banging.
I think there's certain sandwiches you can't make at home though. You can't. I think it's very difficult to make a Plowman's at home.
No, I've made them. It's
I have a
good.
feeling I'll fuck up a
I
Plowman's.
make, if anything, that's the sandwich I'm known for to make at home. A nice Plowman's.
It doesn't take a fucking genius to make a
Well,
Plowman's.
you just admitted you'd screw it up.
True.
You genius.
True.
Just saying.
True. What I like to make at home are wraps. They're very easy to do.
Yeah, but is a wrap a sandwich?
Is it? That is a good point. Is a wrap a sandwich?
Is a wrap a sandwich? When I think of sandwiches, I either think of sub rolls, or I think of baguettes, or I think of 2 slices of bread. I don't think of a wrap.
I think anything that's a filling that's encased in bread is a sandwich.
But do you consider wrap bread?
Yeah.
I consider pita bread as like a sandwich. Use that. I don't know about wraps. I just don't know.
Wraps are one step
wrap
away
is-
from pita bread.
a wrap is a
wrap
wrap.
is basically a pita.
A wrap is a wrap.
A wrap is a pita bread.
A wrap is a wrap.
It's a pita bread.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's the only thing. It's made out of corn.
I don't.
Nah, that's how I see it, bro.
I don't know. To me, a wrap is a wrap,
No.
and that's a wrap.
No, if someone goes up to me and says, "Oh, can you make me a?" If I was making a sandwich,
No, but when you say, "Can you make me a wrap?" You know it's a wrap. But when you're saying, "Can you make me a sandwich?" You mean wrap. They're not gonna think you mean
yeah,
wrap.
but if you only have wrap bread in the house, there you go.
No, you'd say, "Oh, in a wrap."
Look, the only reason why this freaks me out is because I went to Adam's house with Sven.
Yeah.
Adam, newly married.
Oh, when he was married.
Yeah, when he was married. And basically, his wife made us some food.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Very nice of her. She took her time. She made pizza. She made all that. I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't eat pizza. And I don't think she realized that. It was kind of like the whole Phoebe thing in Friends. I was like...
Oh, the veal.
With the veal. It was kind
Are
of
we going to bring that up every single episode?
No, because it was kind of like... It was exactly like that because I was still eating from the pizza. And I was like, no, I'll eat it. And I'm eating it.
What did you tell her?
Yeah. And she was like, no, I can make you something. I was like, no.
She's so cute. She's so nice.
Regardless. So she also made me a wrap. But then she made Adam a wrap as well. And I was just like, what the hell is this? I was so confused because I'm like, she said it's a wrap. And I'm not used to a wrap being a wrap. That's a sandwich. That's not a wrap.
I'm confused.
She made like a chicken wrap.
Yeah, she made a wrap.
Yeah, I know, but that's weird. It's a sandwich. Don't call it a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Don't call it.
It's a wrap.
No.
Quick question. What was in the wrap? Was it good?
It was really good. So
what was in there?
What was it?
Sounds banging.
It is banging. It's chicken.
Yeah. What kind of chicken?
Like
Breaded or just chicken?
No. Chicken breast, like grilled chicken.
Ooh. We're
But
going healthy here.
It kind of had like this sort of...
Was it seasoned?
Yeah, it was like sort of like
fajita kind of seasoning?
Kind of like fajita. It was spicy.
Ooh.
But it wasn't like fajita spicy. It was like a mild spicy.
Ooh, like a numbing kind of spice.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like a tingly spice.
This sounds... I think I want to go to Adam's house now,
and it was weird because it had like some vegetables in it.
Yeah. Grilled or just fresh veggies?
Some were like peas and stuff. I was confused. It's like peas or beans or like... Not beans, but like...
Sounds like she made you a burrito, but go on.
Kind of. It was kind of like a burrito now that I think about it, but it wasn't really a burrito. It had like a sort of Asian flavor to it.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I can't pinpoint.
Like a samosa kind of filling.
Kind of, but it didn't taste like a samosa. It didn't taste like that.
Because samosa has peas, right?
Yeah, it kind of had like peas. I think maybe I'm not remembering.
Yeah, I think you're making this up.
Maybe it had like peas.
I literally thought it was some just mayo, tomato, lettuce,
You know what?
and chicken.
Let's call up Adam right now.
Are we gonna call him?
We're gonna call him. Let's pause the episode and we'll call Adam. So actually, we got to his voicemail. Sorry, guys.
We'll never find out what's in.
We'll never find out what's in the
wrap.
wrap. It's the mystery of the wrap. If you guys want to find out, please say in the comments.
What was the sauce? Because we are saucy people.
I can't describe. We got to get Adam to describe it.
Was the sauce that unique?
It was unbelievable. Like something you'd never tried before, something you've never eaten in your life. It was so unique to my palate. Maybe to his palate, it's like we eat this every day, so I'm used to it. But for me, I've never tried anything like that. It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
It was good.
It's good.
It's good. Pretty
good. To quote Larry David, it was pretty good. I think that's a wrap.
That was my line.
Got it. I'm using that line. So that's a wrap. That's the end of this episode of Umai. See you guys next week. And yeah. Bye.
Bye.